Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today for Tuesday morning, December 29th, 2020. I'm the man they call Meathead, and we are just cruising along. New Year's Eve this Thursday, New Year's Day this Friday. 2020 is almost over, but the time with Linda K is not. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Meathead. We're just inching closer and closer to New Year's Eve and the celebrations.
Yeah, and you said yesterday morning you might have a little bit of bubbly.
Gotta do it.
All right. And speaking of things we got to do, we got to talk about our sponsors, right? We got to talk about in reverse today, our friends at Collar and Elbow brand.com. The promo code PWR360, you can get yourself 10% off of everything you're wearing, and you need it because it's cold outside, baby. It is cold outside. I mean, we got, anywhere from 2 to 5 inches. I know tonight we're supposed to get another 2 to 5 inches of snow, and then that stuff freezes over, so you got to wear something nice because we know how silky smooth you guys are, and that's from our friends at manscaped.com. And the promo code PWR, you can get 20% off. Make sure that, I know I scared people, Linda, when I was telling them that please don't hug grandma with hairy balls. I know they took care of that. They heeded my word. But now that your balls are clean and clear, they're probably cold. They're probably shriveled up like walnuts. So make sure that you're at least manscaping with our friends at manscaped.com.
You know how many balls are now silky smooth because of Manscaped being a Christmas gift?
Yeah, exactly. Because of PWR today as well. I mean, we've been putting that word out.
Yes. Maybe a little stubbly now, which means, just get that mom.
Those are the worst kind of balls.
I'm sorry?
Those are the worst kind of balls. The ones that have that, 7-day growth and they're like sandpaper.
So you get that lawnmower back out.
Or you got to use the ball powder, at least soften them up. Make them like a couple eggs just being nestled in a napkin.
Oh.
All right, that's enough ball talk for today. Let's talk about last night's Raw. All right. We had wondered yesterday morning what the WWE was going to do for Brodie Lee, for Luke Harper, what kind of tribute. I loved that it lasted a little bit longer. It was before the signature. It was just silence. That is the TV equivalent to the 10 bells. I thought it was very classy, very correct. It was the right thing to do. Spoiling it, but not spoiling it. I loved that the brothers honored a brother last night. I cannot tell you how many lariat, what's JBL's move called and what was Brodie Lee's move called?
I can't think of a name for clothesline right now.
Yeah, it's a clothesline lariat. Yeah, basically it's a clothesline lariat, but it's a devastating one because you lean into it and the guy sells and flips over himself. Do you know how many we saw last night? And I could have saw more. It could have been in every match. It wouldn't have mattered to me. My favorite was at the end of the night, Xavier, who had Brodie around his arm, which technically wasn't his name in WWE, but so what, right? A brother honoring a brother. And then I didn't cry, but this warmed my heart a little bit. Right before Xavier was about to do it, he blew into his hand, just like Luke Harper, did the lariat, and Byron Saxton at the top of his lungs yelled, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." That was absolutely phenomenal. Your thoughts on the way the boys took care of Luke Harper / Brodie Lee last night?
Yeah, I mean, it was heartwarming and great to see. I mean, Drew McIntyre kicked off Raw, and right off the bat, first thing he says is, "It's Monday night, and you know what that means." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, it's what a great tribute. Just little bits here and there. I mean, they were subtle, but you caught it. But like it just, man, it's just so touching to see that. And I'm just thinking about all the tweets I'm still seeing and reading.
They're still coming out.
Big E especially. My goodness. So I'm sure the tributes will continue throughout the week. But yeah, seeing the lariats, the yeahs, and just everything the last couple days and in last night's Raw, very touching. And that was WWE's, we said it before, like what would they do, tribute, if you will. But it'll be interesting to see what tomorrow night's AEW or even Dynamite, tonight, the dark matches. So we'll see. I know we discussed that, if John Huber, Brodie Lee was an active member with WWE, Luke Harper, that the stars would probably come out on the ramp and get that 10-bell salute. But, just the picture at the beginning and it being a little longer, like you said, I think that was great. That was enough.
What I think the corporate WWE did last night that I absolutely it warms me a little bit is they didn't push back on the boys celebrating one of their own.
Yes.
They let them do what they had to do.
Absolutely. I was wondering, because normally, like you said, the corporate side might be a little hesitant on things outside of the actual company, but in situations like this, you just gotta let the boys show the love, which they let them.
Yeah, and again, kind of like in this one really hurts in 2020, obviously, when Shad Gaspard had passed away over the summer. One, he passed away, and they loved him. I mean, he was a great guy. Everybody got along with him. But two, he died saving his son. I mean, he went out, the riptide caught him, and he was out there, and he sent his son back. I mean, the story is that the rescue people had Shad, said, no, go get my son, and they never were able to get back to Shad. So we deal with death in wrestling, sadly, more than we should. But again, to have it taken care of the way it was taken care of, it's a difficult spot. You're not trying to acknowledge another company. You're not going to put a picture of somebody from a different company up there. You put them, a picture of, of something that he did in your company, and then you let the boys take care of it. And I thought they couldn't have done much more, The Office. So let the boys take care of it, and it was fantastic. Let's move on. And again, thank you, Drew, for us into Monday night. This promo started with Drew, continued with Sheamus, and ended with Keith Lee, and Sheamus with another bro kick to Keith Lee's face. Drew McIntyre apparently calling the shots now and says, why don't we get a referee out here and do this match right now? Your thoughts on the setup, the match between Sheamus and Keith Lee, and the eventual winner, Keith Lee, the now number one contender with the title shot next week at Raw Legends.
Well, it was just interesting to see little Celtic Warrior Sheamus back. The last couple of weeks he's been wearing I don't even know how to describe the outfit, but he didn't have the spiky hair coming out. Who was it that said it was like an Archie Bunker kind of outfit? Was it Damien or?
Well, he had the lazy look, the lazy Irish, pub fighter look.
Yeah. But then we got a glimpse of the old Sheamus back, and obviously turning that leaf again. Like, okay, we see him now heading back toward being a heel. Okay, I honestly thought that he would therefore win the match then. However, I am more excited to see Drew and Keith Lee one-on-one next week in the Legends Raw. However, the way things are still going with Sheamus still in the mix, I am foreseeing a bit of shenanigans.
Wait, is that an Irish pun?
Indeed.
Listen here, fella, you won't be having any shenanigans.
I don't see Sheamus just being out of the equation, just put it that way. But I think we'll still get a great match next week between Drew and Keith, and we'll just see what will transpire after that match ends.
Here's what transpired after the match ended. We had also the fact that Elias is backstage with Jason Riker. Now, somebody's been banging on his door, but they won't answer it. And then we come to Miz versus Grand Metalik. Now, we know WWE does this. And again, it's proof in the pudding tonight what happened. The Miz was defeated by Grand Metalik. Just when things are getting down for the Miz, something's going to happen later tonight. But your thoughts first, before we knew what happened at the end of the night, of Grand Metalik beating the Miz.
Well, you said he was defeated. I mean, literally defeated
emotionally, physically in the match.
Yeah, I love how they had him and Morrison looking quite disheveled.
Despondent.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if the upswing for the Miz would occur later on in Raw last night, but I felt there would be a series of downfalls for him leading up. But it was a good setup for what was to come later on in Raw.
Gotcha. All right. This is a bit part that happened. Dana Brooke had a singles match with Mandy Rose at her side against Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler makes Dana Brooke tap out, obviously. Now, This was just to add to what was going to go on later in the night. I do want to talk real quick about the Alexa's Playground. Again, this isn't the only segment we get from Alexa. And WWE, The Office, knows how money Alexa is right now in her current role. She had this segment twice last night. The first segment was her calling out Randy Orton. Randy didn't show up a couple times, but then... excuse me. But then Randy shows up. He's in the Firefly Funhouse, and he kicked Huskus the pig.
He did a lot inside the Funhouse.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
Oh, I got a chuckle, though. I got a chuckle. It made me laugh, honestly. He was there to make a statement, and, you know, with Bray or the Fiend not there, you know, he's kind of got free reign to destroy what he's got to destroy inside the Funhouse. I mean, first of all, I didn't realize it was that easy to just get into the Funhouse.
And while he was on his way to the Funhouse, like, this is an announced location you can go to.
Yeah.
Plot hole, but, you know, who cares?
Yeah. No, it was
I was going
great.
to say, at the end of this segment, Alexa challenges Randy to show up at the end of the night again in the ring with him.
Yeah. Open challenge in some way.
I thought it was a match, actually. See what I did?
It sounded like it would be.
You see what I did there?
Oh, the match. Yeah.
I mean, Alexa can do, you know, fire puns. I can do fire puns.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles was the man banging on the door with Omos, and it gave us AJ Styles and Elias. I didn't think there was a chance that Elias was going to win, but we need to make more stars. And Elias is there. When is he going to get that big win?
You got to think sometime soon. You know, they put Jackson Riker with him. Obviously, this should help elevate Elias a bit more. I think Elias is fine on his own. I mean, they can just keep with the Walk with Elias gimmick, but, you know, maybe without the audience. I mean, obviously they are piped in, but just not quite the same feeling, obviously, with everything. But, you know, I know we've talked about Elias a couple times, and, like, what will it take? What is that extra step to really boost him up and really... Yeah, and maybe, you know, having Jackson Riker is you know, kind of like how Omos is with AJ Styles. Not like AJ Styles needs an associate with him, but...
Well, it's not like Shawn Michaels needed, you know, Diesel.
Big Daddy Cool, yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize there would be a match between AJ and Elias, but I liked that setup. I liked how they both have their own associate.
Yeah.
Could this continue? I don't know, but I think
it's a one-off, sadly, but, you know,
it would be entertaining. It would be entertaining.
Yeah.
Because both of them are
We're
great
making
talkers.
rivalries heading towards the Royal Rumble, and that was an underlying theme last night as well.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax. And Nia Jax, in a backstage interview, has declared herself for the Women's Royal Rumble. To be quite honest, in the situation that we're in as far as Raw and SmackDown, I don't care that they declared themselves, unless it's a 50-person Rumble or a 10-person Rumble and they declare themselves so that we know they're 1 out of 10. We just assume all the talents are going to be there. It doesn't make sense. Nia Jax is one of the middle to top females on either brand. Of course she's going to be in the Rumble. Why wouldn't she?
I don't know, just a reminder, I guess, to everybody, hey, the Royal Rumble's coming up. You can expect me to be on there, expect me to boost myself to possibly win. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just hype leading up, but who doesn't know the Royal Rumble is coming? Yeah.
So let's talk about the match between Nia and Charlotte. It ends with a DQ. Charlotte ends up winning the match, and that's due to interference from Shayna Baszler. And she threw on the, how do you say that? Is that the Kerfuda clutch?
Barracuda?
Barracuda!
Barracuda. I think.
Hey, Linda, have you seen Trolls World Tour?
Seen what?
Trolls World Tour.
Oh, Trolls. No, actually, I have not.
You know, that's the lead song. Is one of the trolls singing Barracuda.
Oh, well, I love
This
Heart.
is the end. I saw you walking. Yeah, it's awesome.
Nice Ann Wilson.
Thank you. It's my part-time job.
Oh, I was more of a Nancy Wilson because I loved her on the guitar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I liked them both, to be honest. I mean, Hart was awesome. And, in the background, you didn't know this, but I mean, if you were listening or paying attention, Hart were huge fans of Soundgarden. So, of course, I loved Hart because they loved my Soundgarden. Soundgarden was one of my top bands of all time. They do a replay of Big E winning the championship on Friday night, the Intercontinental Championship. I wondered why, because you couldn't do anything after. Oh, wait, the New Day are on here, and they're going to celebrate. And they've got the Hardy Bros. And again, Matt Riddle with more name suggestions. How about the Positively Pony Boys? Pony Bros.
Yeah, or it was the Positively Hard Bros.
Yeah, Positively Hard Bros. Bro.
I liked that one more, I think, but
I liked Xavier and Kofi going, we got to go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done.
Well, I do like the dynamic between both teams, though. The four men. The Hardy Bros, which I'm digging. I think they mesh very well, work very well one another.
How about baked out pancakes and rainbows?
Yes, the rainbows. Yep.
Yeah, that one that was kind of dumb, but the big main event match was the New Day, Riddle and Hardy taking on the Hurt Business, all four. How long have they been calling Bobby Lashley the Chief Hurt Officer? Because that's a great name.
MVP's been at least the last couple
weeks. The CHO.
I mean, he's had his title for a while, but was it always the same title? I just feel like I hear it a lot more now.
Yeah, I think it's a great term. This is my CHO, the Chief Hurt Officer. That's a great. I mean, the marketing on that is fantastic. There's a T-shirt there. Mm-hmm. Good match. I know if this were Dave talking to us this morning, which we love Dave, but I know David said he's done with the Hurt Business and the New Day, but there's a little different element here. So I enjoy this match. I got a chuckle out of MVP laying on his side with his hand holding his head up while Riddle's laying there and he's just posing next to him. That was pretty funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you said it before. A big theme of the night was rivalries. There were already these individual rivalries already set up. We weren't really sure if they were going to continue past TLC. It obviously has. But I'm okay with that. I like, again, the foursome of the Hardy Bros and the New Day, and of course the Hurt Business themselves. It's not just the 4-on-4 all the time. You got MVP and Riddle with their little.
And the Hurt Business took the belts from the New Day. So
yep, that just happened. And then Jeff Hardy and Bobby Lashley haven't had the one-on-one that we were expecting at TLC. So
but they've had interactions
with that full Nelson. But
the Hurt Lock.
Yeah, sorry. Hurt Lock.
That's okay because Tom Phillips said the full Nelson, the Hurt Lock. So he got the wrong name in there and slid the right name in there. Let's talk main event segment, okay? But first, let's talk about the opener to the main event segment. We see what were your words again? Disheveled, disillusioned. What else did we say about Miz and Morrison? Defeated, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, crying in their own milk or beer or whatever. On a back set of stairs, which was kind of cool. I had not seen that angle before. That's a new angle to the set. That was cool.
I got happy from that, too. It made me think about live events.
Yeah.
Being in an arena.
Here comes Scrap Daddy, Adam Pearce, holding the Money in the Bank contract briefcase. Uh-oh. The inner Dewey Cheatham Howe in me is going, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. After an inner exchange between Morrison, Miz, and Pearce saying, I'd love to smack you across the face with this briefcase. You've been having such a good night like the Cleveland Browns had yesterday. You were right, Miz. Morrison cashed it in. Therefore, it doesn't count. Therefore, you are still Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Holy smokes. Miz got his briefcase back.
That's tremendous. Not only because Miz and Morrison are on team long time, but I mean, I thought if this would be, meaning Miz getting the briefcase back, it would have happened last week on Raw when it was addressed, or was the week before at TLC, or not, obviously not at TLC, but I believe it was Raw last week where they're trying to fight their case.
Yeah.
That Morrison was the one who cashed it in. No luck from that, but all of a sudden it got brought up again last night. I'm like, okay, I see where this could possibly be going. And the way Miz and Morrison, like before their awesome celebration,
Yeah,
just the look with one another about the silence, I guess, that I was like, are they gonna keep Miz just being
hey,
silent?
technically, if Miz cashes in next week, does that mean Grand Metalik gets a title shot?
No.
He's got a singles victory against him, because I honestly hope that that's not going to happen. With the big match that we've got for the Legends Raw next weekend, Drew McIntyre against Keith Lee. Does Drew McIntyre beat Keith Lee, or does it Keith Lee win and have the belt for 5 seconds and get cashed in on by the Miz?
That's thinking too far ahead for me right now.
That's 6 days, Linda. 6 days.
That scenario didn't even come into play personally. I was envisioning a cash-in taking place at the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber, maybe, or even at WrestleMania. I mean, heck, the last thing we saw was Seth Rollins. I mean, that was one of my favorite moments ever.
You saw that live.
Yeah.
San Francisco, I think, right?
Yeah, Levi Stadium, yeah.
That was the night we had NWO versus DX, a show that we saw, or a match that we saw like 3 years ago in Great Lakes Championship Wrestling.
Yes, indeed. But Miz famously cashed in on Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw, so this could possibly happen. The fact that they are, now that we're talking about this more, Meathead, the more it's got the wheels turning in my head right now.
The hamster's spinning.
Yes. If they're giving Miz a second chance or third, or
to make a first impression?
No, just him getting the briefcase back once again. That's gotta literally cash in for something, right?
I was say, you would kill the Miz if he lost it again on another cash in.
Well, if he does cash it in, I hope he does it at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, hey, there you go. Again, the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham & Howe is not happy with the results, but will accept the WWE's decision.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I just went inside everybody there. I just pulled out now. We're good. Wow. The accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham & Howe is not happy. They will have to go back because you had gotten points for a cash-in, and then you did not get any loss points. Therefore, he was never in a match. He only had an appearance.
Well, whatever. As long as Miz ends up successfully cashing it in, that's
on a pay-per-view for you. Yeah.
On a pay-per-view, yes.
Let's talk to the main event segment. Alexa Bliss, by the way, again, did you feel the passion from Alexa? Because I felt it. When she said, I want you to do to me what you did to him, she was heartbroken. She was crying. I immediately got invested. I'm like, wow, this girl just kicked it up a notch. Kind of like, Emerald. Bam! Kick it up a notch. And she wasn't jokes anymore. She was very serious. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a match, pun intended. But there was a match. She brought out the present, the gas can, the box of matches. Made a circle, doused herself in the gas, and said, light me on fire. Do what you did to him to me, because that's what I want. The show ends with Randy holding, again, a different colored flame. I don't know if you noticed that, Linda.
Well, the match, it was the same kind as at TLC. Now that was more up close.
Yep. But it was done in the dark after the Fiend's, camera gimmick that he does where he cuts out the lights and the screens. And that's how the show ended. We don't know what happened. What do you think happened?
The Fiend came in and grabbed Alexa.
I got one better for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to mark the tape. It is December 29th, 2020. Alexa Bliss is getting a Fiend-style mask.
Oh. That would be hot. I like it.
Very hot. Again, and let them be that. It's amazing. I really love this. I don't know what anybody else thinks about it. Leave a comment, send us a tweet at PWR360. WCW Meathead. You're 414 Linda K, right?
Twitter is Linda K22.
Linda K22. Gotcha. All right. But send us a thought. What do you think about this? I want to see Alexa Bliss have that mask where she can bounce back between Alexa Bliss and whatever her name would be, Mrs. Fiend.
Well, I must say, being a horror movie fan, it made me think about a lot of different horror movies. I mean, even Exorcist.
I had a Friday the 13th feel.
Oh, I was thinking Exorcist because her eyes made her look possessed the way she was talking. And when she doused herself, I'm like, did she just piss herself? Maybe, maybe not. No, I liked it. I meant that in a good way. It made me feel like a
wait, piss herself. Was that that was the Exorcist? That was Sissy Spacek, right? Where she pissed herself on stage, or who's the one that pissed herself in The Exorcist?
I thought it was Linda Blair.
Linda Blair, you're right. I'm thinking of Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis, where she had something up on stage or something.
Well, there was also in Friday the 13th where that one of the campers were trying to hide from Jason, and a mouse ran past her, and then she pissed herself, and that's how it gave her away. And then he found her and killed her. Oh, sorry. So again, any horror fans, did you feel what I felt? Because that it in a good way made me think about The Exorcist or any other horror movies that I've seen. But well done, as you said. By Alexa Bliss.
Done. Not as well done as the steak and a dinner dance between MJF and Jericho, obviously, because of the steak.
Yeah.
But well done. And you know what? They were talking about how low the ratings are at Raw. The USA has said that they want a little bit more mature content while still being family friendly. This could be that path. We've been following wrestling for a long time. Again, you talk about King of the Ring 96, the show I should have been at. I talk about, literally seeing Andre and Hulk on closed circuit TV. Not closed circuit TV, but, whatever pay-per-view was in 1987. And, a lot of what we heard after the Attitude Era was over was people wanting the Attitude Era back, They were mad at the Marine John Cena, the Thugonomics John Cena. They were just mad at the PC stuff that we were getting, the, PG TV we were getting. We've gotten some more adult-themed stuff. I mean, what happened on Friday night? Kevin Owens calling him a punk bitch.
Yeah, Alexa
that was on Fox.
Yeah, and even last night, Alexa called Randy a little bitch, too.
Yeah.
And the fact that Randy Orton set someone on fire at TLC, that wasn't very PG of him as well.
No.
And Roman Reigns, just his violence. I mean, just the use of the chairs and the kendo sticks that WWE has been using as of late. Getting a little bit more of an edge on that. No pun intended. Really, no pun intended when I said edge. But it is nice to see.
It's nice to see on this day that we can see things clearly. So.
Yes.
That was on, by the way, I think I told you beforehand, folks, I randomly go from Milwaukee to Appleton back and forth, and it's about a 100-minute drive. So, I've got the playlist going. Oh, Metalingus played in the car on the way back. I never sing so loud. This raspy voice you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is from me singing in the car for 4 hours today. That's literally what it's from, because when I'm in the car doing this drive back and forth, I sing at the top of my lungs.
That's the beauty of it. No one can hear you. Same with me.
Honestly, I think they do hear me because they get some looks. But then again, I don't care. So it doesn't bother me. There's times I literally rewind the song and start it over again and sing it again.
Love Miles Kennedy.
Love Miles Kennedy. Not Miles Kennedy singing Guns N' Roses, though. That's nails on a chalkboard to me.
I've seen him live, and I will have to contest to that. Okay. Maybe it's because when I'm
talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Okay, well, I was going to say, because then I see Slash on stage too, and then I don't even think about what I'm really hearing vocally. I'm just tuning into what I'm hearing.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame induction, because Axl wasn't there and Miles Kennedy sang for Guns N' Roses that night, nails on a chalkboard. And I love Miles Kennedy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but... Ugh.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, hey, that's been fair enough that you let me take this 20 to 25 minutes. We were trying for a crisp 20, but we're a little bit over. That's it for the day, folks. We've got another jam-packed episode tomorrow morning with Matthew Thomas. So for Linda Kay, I'm the man they call Meathead. Hey, thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.